so much more around what you originally zoomed in on.
And I can also zoom in.
Somewhere else.
Yes, to tell a different story. I can even see this secret reminder from Christina to do the demo die. So,
he forgot it during the demo earlier.
Yeah, so it was good that I had that reminder. So maybe this is the story I want to remember. But actually, you can do this as many times as you want without losing any quality or distracting the original image. So maybe this is the memory I keep from this moment.
Very good. Thank you. The whole point and the beauty of the Lumia 1020 is the ability to shoot first without any worry. And then you can go back and frame and reframe and reshift the image and tell new stories. You can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can do any of these things. So I can go back at a later date and create a new story from the same image. You can discover and rediscover stories. Now, part of the zooming is something we call dual capture. I mentioned this earlier on. We capture one image, but save two versions. One is a full resolution image for endless reframing opportunities. The other is the oversampled image that we save for sharing. As a result of these two images, it takes a little bit longer to process the image than with a standard camera, but no other camera can achieve what we achieve. Now, the Lumia 1020 processes up to 38 million pixels for your pictures at once, up to 5 times more than leading competitive smartphones. And with this type of technology, some of the age-old riddles of the universe can be solved. You can literally find a needle in a haystack. Here we have a haystack. Christina.
Yeah, so I actually traveled to a small farm in Nurmijärvi in Finland, and I went to a supermarket and bought a needle and decided to try out this camera. And here you go. You could have a look. Can you find it?
Did everyone see the needle?
Somewhere. So I can try zooming in.
Check that out.
These individual straws here. It's not there. We could spend quite a lot of time here, so I will save the time here and tell you that it's actually right in the middle.
Keep going. Look at that. The eye of the needle in the haystack with the Lumia 1020. Fantastic. You can tell we had a lot of fun doing this type of preparation. And of course, the point here is that you can see things you've never seen before with clearer images and incredible zooming. Now, we've made this really easy to accomplish using a new camera application for the Lumia 1020 called NOKIA Pro Camera. NOKIA Pro Camera has an easy-to-follow tutorial that teaches anyone how to use it, including some more advanced features. Juha and Christina, let's demonstrate how this new camera application actually works. Now, what we're doing is setting up some flowers on the stage. Juha's getting close. You can see him getting into position. Right out of the box, Juha can take a great picture without messing around with any pictures, or with any settings. So right there, just take an image. There seems to be some strange creature in the middle of that flower. We'll come back to her in a second. Now, what there is with this camera application is really easy access to changing all of the camera controls. For example, exposure values, shutter times, ISO settings, manual focus, and white balance. It will make your photos and videos come to life with that added sparkle that you normally only see when a professional's been involved. And it's super easy to use. So what Juha's going to do here is play around a little bit with the exposure value. The viewfinder, and this is really cool, gives you real-time feedback as to what your picture is actually going to look like with whatever the settings are that you've selected. For example, Juha can decide to expose or overexpose by using the different exposure values. He can bring all of the controls out at once, if he'd like to do that. Get all of these controls in place, work with all of them. One adjust are manual, the rest stay auto, so he gets the best combination of capabilities. Now, we even have manual focus, which leads to all sorts of great experiences. So right here, Juha can manually focus in on that creature in the middle of the flower, and at the same time is able to start shifting the focal point. You'll notice that I'm blurry in the background until I'm in focus, and the flowers nicely frame me. Always a good picture. Very good. Excellent. Thank you, Juha. Now, one more really cool thing is our ability to do things with manual exposure settings. Playing with the exposure settings allows you to create some really, really interesting shots, whether you're doing something with a super short exposure time or a very long exposure time. Now, we want to try this out for you right now. So we've got a Lumia 1020 set up on the edge of the stage, and I hope Christina does not fall backwards.
Yep.
Okay, I'll get that.
You can do the focus.
Yep. We're going to do a little demo, and this time we're going to do a long exposure time. We'll let Christina get in place. And we didn't practice this at all before today. Okay, so if I could ask the team to turn the lights off, and all of you in the audience, please no flash photography, because we want to do something so much more around what you originally zoomed. And let me get focus here. Okay, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, go. We're taking a 4-second exposure picture right now. After the picture is taken, there's special processing that goes on that actually takes that. Isn't that amazing? Lumia 10.